I'm live. Fantastic. Hello, 6 people. How are we all tonight? Thank you for joining me, 7 of you now. Well, we'll get going with this quiz in half an hour, everyone. Half an hour until this quiz begins. But for now, I'm live. I'm live and I'm alive. What a wonderful thing to be. For now, folks, I need you to go sign up your team names. Do that by going to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz1310. How about that? It's the first time that we've had a 4-digit pub quiz. What's it? Name, pub quiz address. Already 3 of you signed up. Hello, Trivia! The Troublers, and Jam Sandwich. Hello, all of you. So this quiz kicks off at 7:30 on the dot here at Old GMT Towers. I'm trying to align myself so that I'm slap bang in the middle of the bookcase because I think that's more pleasing. I'd love it if the bookcase was a bit more central, though. How do we do that? Oh, folks, I've been playing with this setup to try to make it look nice for you for the last half hour, and I can't quite seem to get it there. I suppose that will do. Hello, Steve. Thank you for coming back. I think that's... Yeah, I've got about a third negative space there and a third negative space there. I mean, ideally, we'd want this to be empty as well, but I suppose that you need to put my face somewhere. Do you, though? Do you really? Could put a nicer face here and just put my voice. Hey, if any of you are good at deep fakes, now's the time to put your favorite face right here with my voice. I don't know that the audio technology is there yet, but perhaps it is. So we're going to get going in just over 25 minutes, folks. Head on over for now and sign up at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz1310. FT, that's me, Felix Trench, 1310, because it is the 13th of October, the spookiest day of October. And we will get going in 26 minutes, if that's all right for you, with you, and even if it's not all right with you, one way or the other. That is when we start at 1:30. Meg Plant has joined us. Hello, Meg. Can't stay for long today because you're on a hike right now. Well, have a wonderful hike. What a time of year to have a hike. My best regards to the countryside. 25 minutes until we start, everyone. And hello, there are 10 of you logged in. Hello, welcome back, team Mango, 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 a previous winner of the best team name. So unlikely to win this week, but who knows? Maybe I'll have the mango bug twice in a year. We are getting going in 25 minutes. Yes, I mean we don't often talk about the best team name. There's no solid prize. I mean, there's no solid prize for any of this apart from honor and respect and knowing that you were more creative than anyone else on this Tuesday. That's really what the best team name prize is for, is knowing that you were the best. It's about being the best, the most creative, and therefore the best asset to society. Because what is creativity for, if not improving the way that we experience and interpret the world? So that's really what is at stake in the best team name competition. It is the team that is adding the most to culture. Maybe. We'll get going in 24 minutes, everyone. 24 minutes until this quiz begins. Make sure that you go and sign up at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz1310. Hello, a comedian retraining as an actor. Now that is a reference to those of you who are not in the UK right now, might not know that the UK government put out a careers advice quiz, like a kind of BuzzFeed quiz, but with a .gov.uk web address. And you go in and you fill it out, and it tells you what you're going to be. And this caused a lot of mirth on socials because for actors, it invariably told us that you'd be good as an actor. Or also, quite a few of us got commissioning editor. Would be marvelous actors or commissioning editors. And you had to, I mean, it was a bit skewed because you had to decide which area of humanity you wanted to contribute to. So obviously we all just put arts, please. And if you say, I'd like to work in the arts, it's not going to say you would be a fantastic political advisor. Well, I mean, maybe it would. But you get my point. Anyway, there we are. That is the comedian retraining as the actor. The troublers tell me that they may never win the Team Lame, but at least with a meme team. What do you mean you're the meme team? Are you a team that communicates by meme? Is that your main language? Do you know, I remember the first time I saw the word meme, I think I must have spent a year or two thinking it was pronounced Mimi. And it was specifically a meme back then, or a Mimi as I thought it was a Facebook quiz. So you'd get like, what if your 10 favorite books, and someone would share that and go, oh, my turn. Or maybe a more in-depth quiz about yourself. And that's what memes were back in the dawn of time. A few more people coming in. Hello, Zut alors banane, and hello, sweet human liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Hello, thank you for joining. And Snow White and the Devon Dwarfs. Well done, Team Devon. I don't know why that one makes me laugh as much as it does. I just like the idea that Snow White has gone to Devon. Hey, folks, we'll get going in 21 minutes. 21 minutes until this quiz begins. Head over to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz1310, please, to sign up. 20 minutes now until this quiz begins. If this was a quiz in a pub, I would be heading around with a wine cooler or jar or something, asking you to plut. Plut is French for rain. To rain money at me, to put £2 per player in the jar, and I would give you a pen in exchange. You can do that by going to ko-fi.com/Felix Trench, coffee.com/Felix Trench. You drop £2 per player in the virtual jar there if you can afford it. And if you can't afford it, then please play anyway. But we will get going in 20 minutes. Make sure you signed up, folks. Head on over to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz1310 to sign up. If you can see one bar going up and down the quiz sign-up sheet, that's me. I find that rather relaxing to look at. 19 minutes until we start, everyone. 19 minutes. What I like about when people drop their quiz fees in the Ko-fi is you can choose your name. It's not like you've signed up and you have to every time say, my name is Serge. People sometimes give me names, sometimes they don't, and someone has just donated money as Hannah, which I enjoyed. At what point in publishing history did we all agree that the spelling of the phrase ends with an RGH? A silent RGH. Can anyone answer that? Can anyone get on the Google and find out why is arg? Arg. Does anyone know? Maybe someone knows off the top of their head. Let me know. Clue19 says, I am Zita Almanan. Today I inspired by the success of fruit-based team names and the Felix Trench Detective video you watched on YouTube this week. Yes, some friends and I put together a little show pilot that you can go and find on my socials if you're interested. We will get going in 18 minutes. 18 minutes until this quiz begins. It begins at 7:30 UK time. We must be getting on for daylight savings soon. What's going on with that? That's usually October, isn't it? Let's find out. When do the clocks change? That's what I'm asking here, folks. When do the clocks change? In 2020, they change on the 25th of October, everyone. Sunday, 25th of October. I don't know. I think that's different. I think it changes. It's a bit different by country. But that means we have one more quiz, everyone, in this current time zone, and then I tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to have to do some research because then when I advertise the quiz, I'll need to get the right numbers. Well, I look forward to that, as I'm sure do you. We will get going in just over 15 minutes, folks. Just over a quarter of an hour until this quiz begins. How are you all? What's going on in your lives? What have you been doing this week? I have been, once again, in this house, which has a garden. Sometimes I go into the garden to have my coffee. At one point, I had my coffee sat on the lawn. So that really mixed things up for me. But I tell you what I'm looking forward to, Thursday at 3. Because Thursday at 3 will be exactly 2 weeks since I came into this house. And that will be when I can leave. I fully expect to open the door, stand on the front step for 5 minutes, and then walk back in. But what a 5 minutes that will be. Maybe I'll go into the road or even to the shop and buy a chocolate bar. I don't know. I'd quite like to go for a walk. Do you remember walks? Well, you're all going on walks. One of you is hiking as we speak. Walks are nice. We're going to get going in just over a quarter of an hour, folks. 16 minutes until this quiz begins. Make sure that you are signed up at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz1310. That's FT for me, Felix Trench 1310, because it is the 13th of October today. And hello, La Traviata have just joined us. Good to see you again. So that is a quarter of an hour. Hello19 tells us that they had a flu jab today and daydreamed that you'll be back there soon having a COVID-19 jab, a step to safety and freedom. Yes, I fully appreciate that. Gosh, is it flu jab season already? Seems to come round closer every year. Well, something for us all to be excited for. And Weaver tells us that in the US, the time changes the first Sunday of November. Well, there you go. The US does everything its own way, and we wouldn't have it any different. Hannah Wallace says, Hannah is what people say when I chase. Surely that, or when they're chasing you. Hannah! Yeah, if someone is chasing you, would you scream their name? Murderer! In this instance, the chaser is called Murderer, but it's not necessarily a murderer. Just christened that. COVID jabs, liberté, égalité, slightly sore arm. Yes, quite. We'll get going in just under a quarter of an hour, everyone. Just under a quarter of an hour until this quiz begins. Snow White and the Devon Dwarfs tell me we may also never win team name, but we consider it a success if we make people laugh or sing the name. Well, there you go, folks. That's your challenge tonight. I challenge all of you to sing the name Snow White and the Devon Dwarfs. I'll let you interpret that however you like. Getting going in just under a quarter of an hour. Yes, anyone else had a flu jab? I haven't, not yet, but looking forward to that. don't really know how you get one. I mean, I suppose as I recently moved GP. Well, I look forward to chatting to them and asking more about that, presumably over the phone. Can you get a flu jab over the phone? Maybe not. I've had an apple. That's what my past hour has contained. I get the wonky apples from Morrison's. I have wonky apples, wonky pears, wonky peas, wonky onions, and I think that's all the wonky veg that I got. Morrison's is a supermarket chain in the UK. They do cheaper but higher quality food than, say, the like mid-ranges like Tesco and Sainsbury's. I don't know how they work that out. Maybe they just haven't got as good a PR budget. But they do like these packets of wonky fruit and wonky veg, which is stuff that you wouldn't normally sell in the shelves because we're all, humanity is dreadful, and you can get that for an absolute pittance. Gabrielle got his flu jab. Very well done, Gabrielle. Was it a good experience? Did you enjoy it? Lou19 gets the wonky avocados and suggests that it's pronounced wonky. Wonky avocados. I suppose well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's an American thing. I don't know how they say wonky. Certainly in this country, we call them wonky avocados. I've not had their wonky avocados. I tend not to buy avocados in this country because avocados in this country are generally rather firm and not good. I don't know. Is that awful? Is that awful to say? I have a feeling they're all grown in the Netherlands. Did you know that the Netherlands is the second largest exporter of fruit and veg in the world? It's incredible. You should look it up one day. They have these extraordinary farms. They have sort of very long ones, but they've perfected the art of the tall farm, tall glass towers. It's really worth looking up. I mean, I know that we make fun of Dutch tomatoes, but there is a reason that you see so many of them in the supermarkets. Is just they're very good at growing them. We will get going in just over 10 minutes, everyone. 10 minutes to go until we start this quiz. What's everyone drinking, if anything? I'm on the water, as you've no doubt seen. I do worry about glasses and hardware. I'm sure that one day I'm going to spill water on my microphone or something. But long away may that day be, as the poem begins. Long away may that day be that on the microphone I spill my water. As I look out the window. Stop it, Felix. We're going to get going in 10 minutes. And Rita says that she thinks avocados are coming from places like Mexico and California. Never thought about where in Europe might grow them. Well, exactly. We tend to get a lot of our hot weather fruits from Morocco and other places in North Africa and Spain. Morocco and Spain. A lot of those things tend to get exported from grapes. You always see Spanish grapes and Moroccan strawberries, Moroccan raspberries, if you're buying them out of season. But we very rarely see them from the Americas. I suppose it's just not that cost efficient. Figs famously come from Turkey. Lemons, I don't know. We're going to get going in 9 minutes, everyone. 9 minutes until this quiz begins. The avocado, of course, originally called the avocado pear. I mean, not originally called, but in English, originally called the avocado pear, or sold as the avocado pear, even though it has nothing to do with pears. And early recipes for avocados in the UK, I don't know about the US, I'm sure that you were more sensible with them, called for you to boil, to poach, literally poach the avocados so that you could bite through the tough skin. It looks quite horrible. But yeah, if you look it up, you can find recipes for poached avocado pears from the 50s, and around the same time that we were calling pizza Italian rarebit. Italian rarebit was an old name for pizza. Or as my grandmother used to call it, may she rest in peace, pizza. Say, shall we get a pizza? Paula tells us that it is whiskey o'clock there. Very good. What is your oak matured whiskey of choice, Paula? Tell us all about it. Is it a blend? Is it a single malt? Is it a Scotch whiskey? I don't know much about whiskies, to be honest. Most of what I know about whiskies, I've learned from the adverts at the beginning of Jay Rayner's podcast, which is currently sponsored by a whiskey company. It's the one that starts with the Glen something. Glenlivet, is that it? Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, Glen something. One of those. That is what where I'm getting all of my whiskey knowledge at the minute. Lou 19 tells us that Vera's and Rachel Lloyd's nan used to refer to pizza as pita, I think, with the double Z's. A mystery to lovely nans. But of course, like that is connected to Turkish pida, P-I-D-A, which is a sort of similar sort of idea, but more of an oblong shape, and then with the crusts gathered up, and then a heavy cheese base, and not necessarily tomato from memory. I don't know. I've not had many pitas in my life. I'd like to. There's a Turkish restaurant just opposite the Globe Theatre, and I had a pita there once because I did that thing where I went out to the theatre and didn't think about when or where I'd eat dinner, and then of course there was nowhere, and there kind of is nowhere around there. It's very odd. Paula is drinking Glenlivet. Very good. A single malt Scotch. They don't know much about whiskey either, but know that it's nice. I understand from the Jay Rayner adverts that a splash of water will really open up the flavors. I don't know what that means, if I'm entirely honest. Is that how you're drinking it, with a splash of water, or perhaps an ice cube, or those special whiskey stones, or maybe an entire bottle of champagne? Anything? What's going on there? We will get going in 6 minutes, everyone. 6 minutes until this quiz begins. Make sure that you're signed up over at tiny.cc/ft-pub-quiz1310. Hello, the Knuckleheads. Thank you for joining us. Hello, a hat, a stick, an umbrella. And Memoirs of a Soggy House Mouse. I'm sorry that you're soggy. Have you been out in the rain? It's been a day of hikes, from what I understand. Hikes and perhaps bikes. Oh, I hope my bike's all right. I left my bike almost 2 months ago now up in London with no waterproofing whatsoever, and it's rained a lot. I'm sure that anything that might be wrong with it is mendable. We'll get going in 5 minutes, everyone. 5 minutes until this quiz begins. We start at 7:30 in this house. Did anyone sing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Devon Dwarfs, rather? Let me know. Oh, folks, Paula's giving out glasses of whiskey. If that's what you're after, hit up Paula, and I'm sure that you can get one. You might need an airline ticket, I don't know, or at the very least an Oyster card. We'll get going in 4 minutes, everyone. 4 minutes until this quiz begins. Don't forget to drop a couple of quid per player, if you can afford it, in the virtual jar over at ko-fi.com/Felix Trench. I tell you what I'm not using today. I'm not using this because I couldn't be bothered to try and attach it. The famous pop shield. So if I'm popping, and if you don't know what that means, it means P's, B's, T's, and D's, but especially P's and B's. You can you can hear it, and S's to a lesser extent, but you can feel it. P's and B's make you put out air. And when you're working with a microphone, you don't want that air. You can catch it. So it sounds like this. P, p, p. You don't want that. So you put this glorified pair of tights in front of it, and it catches what's known as popping. But this one never really sits straight and takes a while to set up, and I couldn't be bothered. But I brought it down just so that it would not feel left out. We'll get going in 3 minutes, everyone. 3 minutes until this quiz begins. Head over to tiny.cc/FD pub quiz 1310. And Weaver says that John DiMaggio says you can avoid the pops by putting a pencil or your finger to your lips because it breaks up the airstream. That seems like more effort than you would need than to put up a pop shield. I don't know that I've seen an awful lot of actors using pencils where instead of pop shields, but maybe John DiMaggio does. We will get going in 2 minutes, everyone. 2 minutes. You could, Paula makes a very good point. You could just tape the pencil to your face. I suppose I'm imagining that it goes this way. Does it? Or maybe it goes that way. If it's that way, you'd need a golfing pencil or one of the little IKEA pencils. I think it's this way. It is absolutely that way. How interesting. We are going to get going in 1 minute, everyone. 1 minute until this quiz begins. Make sure you're signed up over at tiny.cc/FD pub quiz 1310. But I think we probably have at least the majority of the teams that we are going to have tonight. And makes a very good point that actors who work in voice do not appear on screen. Hey, folks, make sure that you have pen and paper to hand. Pen and paper, or a ledger, maybe, or a wall, something that you could chisel, maybe a wax tablet, perhaps a large amount of sugar paper, something to create a presentation, maybe with some Sharpies or just regular felt tips, anything like that to answer the questions, or a text document, because you are going to be answering these questions by yourself. There is no communal way of doing them. I think last week we had someone who started trying to answer them in the chat and then realized that is not the way we do it. So, folks, that is 7:30, which means it is time to quiz. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon if it's the afternoon, and good morning it's the morning, but not good night, because that also means goodbye. We're not saying that at all yet. Get yourselves ready. Declare, I am ready. Say, I am ready, for here are the rules. The rules are as the same as every week. Rule 1, no more than 6 players to a team, please. Rule 2, I'm always right. There will be no arguments. And rule 3 is no cheating. And in this quiz, we define no cheating as no Googling. Do not Google, and everything will be fine. Don't Google, and the pandemic will end a month sooner than if you did Google. That's my guarantee to you. And I'm sticking by it. So here we are, question 1. Question 1, something nice and easy to get us into that Tuesday frame of mind. This is question 1. It is geography of Vatican City. Vatican City has land borders with how many countries? Question 1, Vatican City, the famous country, has land borders with how many countries? Question 1, Vatican City has land borders with how many countries, please? Question 1, Just write that down. There we go. That's question 1. Question 1 is done. Question 2. Here's question 2. Question 2 is horticulture. And it's true or false. Flip a coin if you don't know. True or false? Bamboo is a grass. Is that true? Or is that false? True or false? Bamboo is a grass. Is that true? Or is that false? That's question 2. True or false? Bamboo is a grass. Just write true or false. Look at us, already 2 questions in. Absolute champions. And to keep going with our roll, here we go with question 3. I say here we go an awful lot. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna stop saying that, I've decided. Question 3. Onward. No, it doesn't work. Is music. This is music. Which 1974 song, as in a song released in 1974, originally by Bob Crewe and Kenny Nolan, was covered for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack? It's question 3. Which 1974 song by Bob Crewe, that's Crewe as in the place rather than the people, and Kenny Nolan, was covered for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack? That is question 3. Question 3. Which 1974 song by Bob Crewe and Kenny Nolan was covered for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack? And I see we have another team. No, we don't. I see what's happened there. Picky Poyat. I think that's the Troublers. I think the Troublers are angling for best team name and have changed their name. I see you, Picky Poyat. What you're doing. Does that mean a thing? Picky Poyat. I'm going to look that up. I can Google. You can't. That's just rules, folks. Open that up. But meanwhile, question 3, which 1974 song by Bob Crewe and Kenny Nolan was covered for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack? And question 4 is geography. Geography, it's lakes. In which mountain range would you find Lake Titicaca? In which mountain range would you find Lake Titicaca? So what was I looking up? Picky Poyat. In which mountain range would you find Lake Titicaca? So a Picky Poyat is a clothes peg. Fascinating. You learn something new every day. In which mountain range would you find Lake Titicaca? That is question 4. Question 5 now. Question 5 is languages. This is languages. Your language is Greek. Biblio is Greek for what word? Biblio is Greek for what word? I'm spelling that. I'm going to give you the Greek alphabet and then I'll give you a Latinized version. Beta, iota, beta, lambda, iota with an accent, omicron. So that's beta, iota, beta, lambda, iota, omicron, or Biblio would be the Romanized equivalent. Biblio is Greek for what word? That is question 5. Thank you. If you go and have a look in the chat, Ryan has given us the word. Question 5, biblio is Greek for what word? That is a modern Greek word. If you're wondering, if it was ancient, I promise I would tell you. Question 6 now. This is question 6. This is politics, the politics of South Africa. How many presidents has South Africa had in the 21st century? I'm going to try that. Presidents. Yeah, it works. How many presidents has South Africa had in the 21st century? Question 6. How many presidents has South Africa had in the 21st century? That is question 6. Question 6. How many presidents has South Africa had in the 21st century? Question 6. I'm looking for the number of presidents since the year and including 2001. 2001 to 2020. Question 7 now. Question 7 is film. The films of Willem Dafoe. In the film At Eternity's Gate, which was released in 2018, Willem Dafoe plays which painter? In the film At Eternity's Gate, released in 2018, Willem Dafoe plays which painter? That is question 7. Question 7. In the film At Eternity's Gate, released in 2018, Willem Dafoe plays which painter? Hulu 19 wants to know if anyone's seen the Eurovision film. I have not seen the Eurovision film. I understand that the winning country doesn't host it the following year, and they go to Edinburgh instead. It's all wrong, but perhaps it is a good film for all that. Question 8 now. Question 8. This is sport. George Nissen, spelt like Nissan but with an E, created the modern version of what device after watching trapeze artists performing tricks with their safety nets at the circus? George Nissen created the modern version of what device after watching trapeze artists performing tricks with their safety nets at the circus? So we're looking for the modern version of a particular device used in the sporting world created by George Nissen. That's question 8. George Nissen created the modern version of what device? In the sporting bits. Sporting world, rather. In the sporting bits. Welcome to the shop. That's the sporting bit. That's question 8. Question 9 now. This is question 9, and it is information technology, specifically telephony. Alexander Graham Bell co-founded which American telecoms company as it is known today? So when Alexander Graham Bell originally founded it, it had a somewhat different name. I'm looking for the modern name of this company. It went through various mergers and so on to get to the current position. Question 9. Alexander Graham Bell, credited as the inventor of the first telephone, co-founded which American telecoms company as it is known today? That is question 9. I always liked, there's an episode of Sorry I Haven't a Clue where they're doing celebrity voicemail messages, and Alexander Graham Bell's is waiting for someone else to invent a telephone so that they can leave him a message. And I found that very funny. So Alexander Graham Bell co-founded which American telecoms company as it is known today? That is question 9. And question 10. Question 10 is entertainments. I want you to tell me, how old is Hilary Duff? How old is the actress Hilary Duff? That is question 10. How old is Hilary Duff? That's question 10. Question 10. How old is Hilary Duff? We had, what's his face? Chap who plays Malfoy the other day. Well, it's Hilary Duff's turn now. Question 10. How old is Hilary Duff? Maybe we'll make this a feature. Maybe we'll go through all famous child actors and actresses who are now grown-ups. That'll pass the time. Maybe we'll have an entire quiz just about former actors. We won't. I promise we won't. That would be awful. Question 10. How old is Hilary Duff? Question 11 now. Question 11 is brands. Hey, we're halfway through the first round. Well done. Question 11. What are the colours of the Fedex logo? What are the colours of the Fedex logo? I had a friend who very briefly tried to make Fedex a nickname for me, but it never stuck. I guess, obviously. But I think there was about a day when I was called Fedex. Question 11. He goes everywhere. We have to pay him. What are the colors of the Fedex logo, please? Question 11. Question 11. What are the colors of the Fedex logo? And I do need both of them for you to get the point. I mean, there are two colors. There are no half points in this quiz. We are not that kind of quiz. We are a respectable quiz that deals only in full points. What are the colors of the Fedex logo, please? Question 12. Question 12 is currencies. What is the currency of the Falkland Islands, also known as Las Malvinas? What is the currency of the group of islands known as the Falklands or Malvinas? That is question 12. What is the currency of the Falklands / Malvinas? That is question 12. Question 12. What is the currency of that group of islands? Question 12. We are looking for a currency. Not had a currency question in a little while. Well, we'll bring those back. Question 12. What is the currency of the Falklands / Las Malvinas? Question 13. I like to ask you a question based on where I am. Currently, I'm in Sussex. So this is your Sussex question. Hey, guess what? Tomorrow is the 954th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, which happened in Sussex, and which is depicted on the Bayeux Tapestry. If you are shaky on your British history, that's the one where the French invaded and made us all French for a while, at least in the south. What I want to know is, to the nearest 10 meters, how long is the Bayeux Tapestry? To the nearest 10 meters, how long is the Bayeux Tapestry? And I'll give you a clue. It is under 100. So tomorrow is the anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, depicted on the Bayeux Tapestry. To the nearest 10 meters, how long is the Bayeux Tapestry? It's a stretch to call this a Sussex question, isn't it? Because the Bayeux Tapestry, not in Sussex, it's in Bayeux, unless it's on loan. See, it goes on loan occasionally, if I remember correctly. But I want to know, tomorrow is the 954th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, which is depicted on the Bayeux Tapestry. To the nearest 10 meters, how long is the Bayeux Tapestry? It is under 100. That is question 13. 13 for the 13th. How exciting. We've had one question for every day of the month, and now we go into the second half of the month, if that makes sense. It doesn't. Question 14 then. Question 14 is food. This is food. A bokit, B-O-K-I-T, is a fried sandwich which originates in which French overseas department in the Caribbean? A bokit is a fried sandwich which originates in which French overseas department in the Caribbean? French overseas departments are fascinating. They get full representation in the legislature, and they include countries that are not part of France. So there is a French, the equivalent of a French MP, who lives in London, who represents French people in the UK and Scandinavia, and they are the MP for the north of Europe. And there's, or maybe northwest, and I think there's one in Germany as well. It's a wonderful system. Presumably there'll be one in this place as well. A bokit is a fried sandwich which originates in which French overseas department in the Caribbean? That is question 14. Question 15. Question 15 is fashion. This is fashion. What was Alexander McQueen's first name? What was Alexander McQueen's first name? That is question 15. The fashion designer, sorely missed, Alexander McQueen. What was his first name? Question 15. We have 5 questions left in this first round, folks. 5 questions left. Hey, look at you. There's 47 of you now. 47 of the most beautiful people on the internet. And you all decided to come and do this quiz. How very wonderful. Oh, and welcome. Woo! Ski is the soup of the day. Lovely to have you back with us as well. Question 15 there. What was Alexander McQueen's first name, please? Question 16. Question 16, as we go into the tail end of this first round, is your alcohol question. Alcohol. A screech in, screech as in to screech, in as in I've gone in, is an informal ceremony involving drinking rum and kissing a fish in which part of Canada? A screech-in is an informal ceremony which involves drinking rum and kissing a fish in which part of Canada? Although I am assured that this is an optional ceremony, it is one that outsiders are encouraged to go through when they visit. A screech-in is an informal ceremony which involves drinking rum and kissing a fish in which part of Canada? That is question 16. If you miss any of these questions, folks, don't worry. I will go through all of them again at the end of this first round, but a bit quicker. But for now, I want you to tell me, in which part of Canada might you experience a screech-in? Question 17 now. Question 17. This is science. This is biology, human biology, and it's a more or less question, so it's 50-50 on this. Are there more or less, fewer I should say, more or fewer than 25 bones in the foot? Are there more or fewer? So, but the expression is more or less. Are there greater or fewer? It doesn't. The English language doesn't make sense, folks. I hate to be the first person to reveal this to you. Sorry, the rubber bands on my microphone are coming off. There we go. Are there more or less than 25 bones in the human foot, please? That is question 17. Question 17. Are there more or less than 25 bones in the foot? Question 18 now. Question 18 is language, it's words. I want you to tell me what one word can come before the following. House, H-O-U-S-E, paper, P-A-P-E-R, I-E-Y-E, and blowing, B-L-O-W-I-N-G. We are looking for one word that can come before all 4 of those, either as a prefix or as a whole separate word, to create new meaning. They are house, paper, I, and blowing. House, paper, I, and blowing. What word can come before house, paper, I, and blowing? That is question 18. We are looking for one word that can come before all 4 of those. House, paper, I, and blowing. Question 19 now. Question 19 is literature. Literature. Which author wrote the books Cloud Atlas, Ghost Written, and The Bone Clocks? Which author wrote the books Cloud Atlas, Ghost Written, and The Bone Clocks? That is question 19. Question 19. Who wrote Cloud Atlas, Ghost Written, and The Bone Clocks? All by the same author. Name that author, please. Question 19. Who wrote those books? They are Cloud Atlas, Ghost Written, and The Bone Clocks. Cloud Atlas, of course, later became a film. And question 20. Question 20 is your current affairs question. Here's your current affairs question. Emmanuel Charpentier, that is Emmanuel as in the name, but with an L-E at the end. Charpentier, C-H-A-R-P-E-N-T-I-E-R, and Jennifer Doudna, D-O-U-D-N-A, have been awarded the Nobel Prize in what discipline for their development in genome editing? Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna have been awarded the Nobel Prize in what discipline for their work on genome editing? That is question 20. I think one of them is in Berlin and one of them is in California, I think. Presumably they Zoom a lot. Question 20. Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna have been awarded the Nobel Prize in what discipline for their development in genome editing? That is question 20. And that, folks, is all the questions in the first round. Give yourselves a handshake, a pat on the face, slap your face. As I go through all of those, again, just keep slapping your face. Just keep doing this, folks. It's it relaxes you. Lovely face slaps. So here we are, the questions in round one. Question 1, Vatican City has land borders with how many countries? Question 2, true or false, bamboo is a grass? Question 3, which 1974 song by Bob Crewe and Kenny Nolan was covered for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack? Question 4, in which mountain range would you find Lake Titicaca? Question 5, biblio is a Greek for what word? Question 6, how many presidents has South Africa had in the 21st century? Question 7, in the film At Eternity's Gate, released in 2018, Willem Dafoe plays which painter? Question 8, George Nissen created the modern version of what device after watching trapeze artists performing tricks with their safety nets at the circus? Question 9, Alexander Graham Bell co-founded which American telecoms company as it is known today? Question 10, how old is Hilary Duff? Question 11, what are the colors of the Fedex logo? Question 12, what's the currency of the Falkland Islands, aka Las Malvinas? Question 13, tomorrow is the 954th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, immortalized on the Bayeux Tapestry. To the nearest 10, how many meters long is the Bayeux Tapestry? It's under 100. Question 14, a bocquet is a fried sandwich, which originates in which French overseas department in the Caribbean? Question 15, what was Alexander Mcqueen's first name? Question 16, a screech-in is an informal ceremony involving drinking rum and kissing a fish in which part of Canada? Question 17, are there more or less than 25 bones in the foot? Question 18, what comes before house, paper, eye, and blowing? We are looking for a word that can be a prefix or a separate word to give new meaning. Question 19, who wrote Cloud Atlas, Ghost Written, and The Bone Clocks? And question 20, Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna have been awarded the Nobel Prize in what discipline for their work on genome editing? So, that is it for questions in round one. I am going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, pens down. Pick up your marking pens. Here come the answers to round 2. No, 1. 1. Round 2 would make no sense. I have lost track of time. Here we go. Question 1. Vatican City has land borders with 1 countries. 1. That countries is Italy. 1. Question 2. True or false? Bamboo is a grass. That is true. True. It is in the grass family, as is lawn grass. True. Question 3. The song that was covered for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack, covered by many artists who are all very famous, it's Lady Marmalade. Lady Marmalade. I mean, lots of songs were covered, but specifically the one that I asked for. Lady Marmalade. Question 4. Lake Titicaca is in the Andes. It is on the Peruvian-Bolivian border. And I have rowed a boat on Lake Titicaca and lost a hat. So that's my Lake Titicaca fact. Question 4, the Lake Titicaca is in the Andes. Question 5, biblio is a Greek word for book, as simple as that. As that. as in bibliophile or bibliothèque and all of those words. Book. Question 6. South Africa has had 4 presidents in the 21st century. It's only had 5 presidents overall. The first one was Mandela, and the other 4, they started in 1909, I think, and they go up to present day. 4. Question 7. At Eternity's Gate is a film about Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Willem Dafoe plays Vincent van Gogh. Question 8. George Nissen invented the modern trampoline. Trampoline. After seeing them performing tricks off the safety net. Trampoline. Question 9. Alexander Graham Bell, well, the company that he originally founded was called American Bell, which eventually became whatever AT&T stands for. AT&T, American Telecoms and Telecommunication, something like that. Telecoms and Technology. AT&T is the one that I was after. Blame Alexander Graham Bell for your spotty reception and high prices. AT&T. I hear that they have, I don't know, I've never had an American phone, but I hear it's a tricky place to have phones. Question 10. Hilary Duff is 33. 33 years old. She was born in 1987. 33. Question 11. Now remember, you need to get both of these colors for the point, otherwise it doesn't count. We do not do half points. The colors of the Fedex logo are purple and orange. Purple and orange. I will accept nothing else for the point. Purple and orange. Question 12. The currency of the Falklands Islands / Mount Venus. It's the Falklands Islands pound. I'll accept just the pound. It is pegged to the British pound. If you put British pound, that is incorrect. It is the pound or the Falkland Islands pound. It is its own currency. It just happens to do exactly what ours does. It is the pound. Question 13. The Bayeux Tapestry is 70 meters long. 70. It is almost exactly 70 meters long. 70. Thank you, Nathan Adams, who tells me that AT&T is American Telephone and Telegraph. Thank you. I hope those telegraph contracts are working out for you or better than your telephones are. 70. Question 14. The bucket comes from Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe, which is a chain of 6 islands. Guadeloupe. And also, I think, where the Murder in Paradise series is set. The first couple of series of which I was obsessed with. It's a great show. Guadeloupe. Question 15. Alexander McQueen's first name was Lee. Lee McQueen. Lee. Question 16. The screech-in, where you drink rum and kiss the cod, happens in Newfoundland. Newfoundland. I wanted to ask what province, but that province is Newfoundland and Labrador, and I couldn't find anything about Labrador doing it. So Newfoundland is the place. Famous for its cod, of course, and I guess rum. Question 17. There is a brand of rum called Screech Rum. That's where that comes from. Question 17. Are there more or less than 25 bones in the foot? There are more. There are 26 bones in the foot, and I think a further 7 in the ankle. But 26 more. More. Question 18. The word that come before all 4 of those is glass. Glass house. Glass paper is a thing, believe it or not. A glass eye and glass blowing. I did look up what glass paper is. I have forgotten. But it's a thing, I promise. Question 19. Cloud Atlas, Ghost Written and Bone Clocks, all by David Mitchell. David Mitchell. I'm reading his, not most recent book, but last one, Slade House at the minute. It's very spooky. And I've been reading it at night. And now I can hear all sorts of things creaking and coming to get me. And it's awful. I'm looking forward to this quarantine being over, and then I'll be out of this haunted house. And question 20. Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna have been awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for their development of genome editing chemistry. Let me give you all of those again. I'll go through them quicker. 1, 1, 2, True. 3, Lady Marmalade. 4, Book. 5, 4, 6, Van Gogh. 7, Trampoline. 8, AT&T. 9, 33. 10, Purple and Orange. 11, the Falkland Islands, pound or pound. 12, 70 meters. 13, Guadeloupe. 14, Lee. 15, Newfoundland. 16, More. 17, Glass. 18, David Mitchell. 19, Chemistry. Done it again. Did I say a number twice? 1, 1, 2, True. 3, Lady Marmalade. 4, The Andes. 5, Book. 6, 4. I messed it up at the beginning. 7, Van Gogh. 8, The Trampoline. 9, AT&T. 10, 33. 11, Purple and Orange. 12, Falkland Islands, pound or pound. 13, 70 meters. 14, Guadeloupe. 15, Lee. 16, Newfoundland. 17, More. 18, Glass. 19, David Mitchell. 20, Chemistry. Okay, there they are. Go and pop your scores in. Let's see how you did after that. So 16 for Snow White and the Devon Dwarfs. Does that mean you're ahead? At first glance, ooh, it looks like you're ahead. Well done, Team Devon. Hello, Nature's Bakery Fig Bars. Are you a team that's just joined, or is that a previously named team? Nature's Bakery Fig Bars. Hello, 15. Hello, 15. Triviarg have 15. Mango have 13. 13-2 for Sweet Sweet Human Liver. Memoirs of Soggy House Mouse also on 15. 14 for Nature's Bakery Fig Bars. Is that a thing? Sounds delicious. 11 for Picky Poyat. Is that how you say that? Let's find out. 10 for Jam Sandwich. 11 for Zita Manon. 15 for La Traviata. 14 for Knuckleheads. 10 for a Hat, a Steak, and Umbrella. 9 for a comedian retraining as an actor. And 12 for Woo! Ski is the soup of the day. I'm just going to find out how you pronounce the Finnish word for clothes peg. Bear with me. Pykkipojat. 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 Try to say that properly next time. Okie dokie. All right, folks, we are going to take a break. It is now 8:05. We are going to come back in 10 minutes at 15:15. I have given you all a picture sheet. Have a look at the picture sheet now. You can find it at tiny.cc/ftpictureround1310, tiny.cc/ftpictureround1310. Or you can just click on the link in the sign-up sheet. You have got 10 things beginning with the syllable SAM, S-A-M. Identify them all, please. 10 things beginning with the syllable SAM. It was going to be 10 people, but I thought that was boring. So we went for things instead. Ish. So 10 SAMs. Tell me what they are. You have got this break and the rest of the quiz to get that done. Let us take a 10-minute break. Go get yourselves a drink and come back here at 15:15, please. I'm going to put the music on and get a drink. See you at 15:15.
escape from the news. Pub quiz, drink all virtual booze. Pub quiz, but not in a pub. Pub quiz, unless you live in a pub. Felix Fresh. Welcome to the pub quiz. Google for help. Pub quiz, don't be cheating yourself. Pub quiz, we've got massive prizes. Pub quiz, metaphorical prizes. Felix Fresh. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're all alone. Pub quiz, we're all stuck at home. Pub quiz, come escape from the news. Pub quiz, drink our virtual booze. Pub quiz, but not in a pub. Pub quiz, unless you live in a pub. Felix Stretch. Pub quiz, you're all alone. Pub quiz, we're all stuck at home. Pub quiz, come escape from the news. Pub quiz, drink our virtual booze. Pub quiz, but not in a pub. Pub quiz, unless you live in a pub. Felix Stretch. Welcome to the pub quiz. Google for help. Pub quiz, don't be cheating yourself. Pub quiz, we've got massive prizes. Pub quiz, metaphorical prizes. Felix Fresh. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're all alone. Pub quiz, we're all stuck at home. Pub quiz, come escape from the news. Pub quiz, drink all virtual booze. Pub quiz, but not in a pub. Pub quiz, unless you live in a pub. Felix Fresh. Welcome to the pub quiz. Google for help. Pub quiz, don't be cheating yourself. Pub quiz, we've got massive prizes. Pub quiz, metaphorical prizes. Felix Fresh. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're all alone. Pub quiz, we're all stuck at home. Pub quiz, come escape from the news. Pub quiz, drink our virtual booze. Pub quiz, but not in a pub. Pub quiz, unless you live in a pub. Felix Fresh. Welcome to the pub quiz. Google for help. Pub quiz, don't be cheating yourself. Pub quiz, we've got massive prizes. Pub quiz, metaphorical prizes. Felix Fresh. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're all alone. Pub quiz, we're all stuck at home. Pub quiz, come escape from the news. Pub quiz, drink our virtual booze. Pub quiz, but not in a pub. Pub quiz, unless you live in a pub. Felix Stretch. Pub quiz, you're all alone. Pub quiz, we're all stuck at home. Pub quiz, come escape from the news. Pub quiz, drink our virtual booze. Pub quiz, but not in a pub. Pub quiz, unless you live in a pub. Felix Fresh. Welcome to the pub quiz. Google for help. Pub quiz, don't be cheating yourself. Pub quiz, massive prizes. Pub quiz, metaphorical prizes.
That's enough of that. Okay, going in 2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes. Kimberly Billington asks if the pub quiz song was written specifically for the pub quiz. It was. It was. It was written by my neighbour. You might not be able to hear it properly through the mic, but the voice in the background is saying Felix Trench. Felix Trench. Got my own jingle. We'll start in a minute, folks. Now's a great time to head over to tiny.cc/ nope. Yeah, well, yes, FT picture around 1310. But I was actually supposed to say co-fi.com/Felix Trench. Make sure you've dropped a couple of quid in the jar by the end of the quiz, please. Oh, did we all have a good break? I had a banana and a piece of cheese. And some water. And I also filled up the iron with some water because I have a sheet left to iron. And I can attack it straight away tomorrow rather than having to fill up the iron like some absolute loser. And that is 1:15. 1:15, folks. Well broken. I didn't ask us what kind of cheese. Good question. Eileen, I have thrown out the packet, I'm sorry, but it's some kind of brubby that Morrison's. If you look up Morrison's sheep's cheeses, you'll find it. So, folks, here we go. Round 2, the fun round, so called because it is more fun. Here's question 21. Question 21 is film. This is film. Which film, released in 1956 and directed by Cecil B. DeMille, is over 3 hours long and stars Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner? Which film, released in 1956, directed by Cecil B. DeMille, is over 3 hours long and stars Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner? The full running time, I think when I looked it up, was something like 3.5 with an interval, but I couldn't work out how long the interval was supposed to be. So that's question 21. Which film, released in 1956 and directed by Cecil B. DeMille, is over 3 hours long and stars Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner? I've never watched a Cecil B. DeMille. I'd like to, but I never want to watch. You know how they're basically always on a Sunday afternoon? That doesn't interest me. I'd quite like to see one in a cinema with the interval. I think that'd be a fun afternoon. Question 22. Question 22 is your maths question. This is maths. I think this is the first time I've given you a multiplication question, because in my head, division is harder. Well, we'll see. What is 112 multiplied by 543? What is 112 times 543? What is 112 multiplied by 543? That is question 22. We're looking for the answer for 112 times 543. Maybe put your best mathematician onto that as the rest of us plow on ahead with question 23. Question 23 is sport. Your sport is synchronized swimming. Which country has the most gold medals in synchronized swimming? That's question 23. Which country has the most gold medals in synchronized swimming, please? At the Olympics. I forgot to say Olympic. I mean, any swimming pool can give a gold medal. That's how they get you. That's how they lure you in. Come to my swimming pool. We'll give you a gold medal. No, 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 no. I'm talking about Olympic gold medals. Which country has won the most Olympic gold medals in synchronized swimming, please? Question 24. I think it probably would work just generally as well. I'm not sure. Question 24 is politics. The politics of Kenya. Kenya. Does Kenya have a president, a prime minister, or both? Question 24. Does Kenya have a president, a prime minister, or both? That is question 24. Question 24. Does Kenya have a president, a prime minister, or both? Question 24. Question 25 is music, specifically musical instruments. Musical instruments. What family of musical instruments has a chanter and a drone? Chanter, C-H-A-N-T-E-R. Drone, D-R-O-N-E. What musical instruments have a chanter and a drone? That's question 25. Question 25. What instruments have a chanter and a drone? Question 26 now. Question 26 is Yatta code! We've not had a Yatta code in a while. A Yatta code is the 3-letter airport code that you'll find on your luggage tag, and a particular passion of mine. So LHR for London Heathrow, GTW for Gatwick? I don't know, GAW for Gatwick? CDG for Paris Charles de Gaulle, and all of those. If you're flying to the airport with the Yatta code KGL, what country are you flying to? If you're flying to the airport with the Yatta code KGL, what country are you flying to? That's question 26. If you're flying to the airport with the Yatta code KGL, what country are you flying to? Question 26. So we're looking for the country, not the exact airport. Just the country is fine. So the Yatta code is KGL. What's the country? Ooh, it's raining. Whenever I hear rain, I feel ghost rain on my arms, which I think comes from normally living in a boat where I feel actual rain on my arms because my boat leaks. And now maybe I've got this for life, that when I hear rain, I will feel rain. It always makes me look up and go, oh, is the light leaking? Question 27. Question 27 is music. This is music. Which of the following 4 bands or artists has not released a cover of the song Dancing in the Moonlight? Is it Top Loader, Liza Minnelli, Baha Men, or The Proclaimers? Top Loader, Liza Minnelli, Baha Men, or the Proclaimers? Which of those has not released a cover of Dancing in the Moonlight? If you're wondering who are Baha Men, they're the band behind Who Let the Dogs Out. So I'm asking you, which of the following has not released a cover of Dancing in the Moonlight? Is it Toploader, Liza Minnelli, Baha Men, or the Proclaimers? Question 28 is language. I'm not going to tell you the language because that is the question. Lusophones speak what language? Lusophones, L-U-S-O phone. Lusophones speak what language? That's question 28. Lusophones speak what language? Question 28. Looking for the language spoken by Lusophones. Question 29 now. Question 29. This is fashion. Fashion. The Wu-Tang Clan fashion label, started by Oliver Power Grant, is called what? What's the name of the Wu-Tang Clan fashion label, started by Oliver Power Grant, to some dismay by his fellow band members? The Wu-Tang Clan fashion label, which was started by Oliver Power Grant, is called what? That is question 29. And question 30. Question 30 is art. This is art. In The Last Supper, how many open windows or doors are there which clearly show the outside world? So we're looking for a total number of windows and doors. How many open windows and doors clearly show the outside world in The Last Supper? As in the world outside the place they're eating the Last Supper. In The Last Supper, how many open windows or doors which clearly show the outside world? The Last Supper was rubbish, wasn't it? Have some bread. Bread and wine. That's not a meal. Lynette Jepka asks, which artist? Da Vinci. Yeah, Da Vinci. Momentarily lost the plot there. In The Last Supper, how many open windows or doors are there which clearly show the outside world? And we are 10 questions through this second round, which means we are halfway through the second round. Keep going, everyone. You are doing terribly well. Here is question 31. Question 31. What is the currency of South Korea? Question 31 then is currencies. What is the currency of South Korea? That's question 31. Anne Weaver asks if bread and wine isn't a good meal. No. No. Bread is for mopping up the nice juices of the meal. It's not the meal. Question 31. What is the currency of South Korea? Question 32 now. Question 32. Another celebrity age. But I want you to give me a slightly different angle on this. This is a history question. In what decade was Mao Zedong born? In what decade was Mao Zedong, Chairman Mao, born? That's question 32. Question 32. In what decade was Mao Zedong born? Question 32. Give me the decade that Chairman Mao was born, please. Question 33 is science. It's chemical elements. Who discovered polonium? Been in the news a bit recently, but who discovered it? Question 33. Who discovered polonium? That's question 33. Question 33. Who discovered polonium? That's question 33. Question 34 now. This is question 34. This is film. It's Disney films. Which Disney film was released in 1986 and includes the character Olivia Flavisham? As in Favisham, but they've thrown an L in there. Which Disney film was released in 1986 and includes the character Olivia Flavisham? That's question 34. Update on Anne Weaver's dinner. Anne is asking if she can have bread and wine if she also has some cheese. Yes, of course. That's pretty much a ploughman's you've got on there. Question 34. Which Disney film was released in 1986 and includes the character Olivia Flavisham? Question 35 now. Question 35. 5 questions left, folks. This is a technology question. In what year was the first iPad released? Question 35. In what year was the first iPad, the Generation 1 iPad, released? Question 35. Anne's got a cheese called Drunken Goat. I assume that is a goat cheese. I'm going to look that up. That sounds good. Drunken Goat. Let's have a look. All right, I've got one here from... it comes from Murcia. Is that in Spain? Yes, it is. So it comes from southeast Spain. Murcia al vino. Oh, it's one of those cheeses that they do in red wine. I've had an Italian version of that. Those are very nice. Yes, those are lovely. Good work. In what year was the first iPad released? Question 35. Question 36. Question 36 is languages. Languages. Is the word for 100 longer in Turkish or Irish? Does it have a larger number of letters? Is the word for 100 longer in Turkish or Irish? That's question 36. Is the word for 100 longer in Turkish or Irish? That's question 36. Flip a coin if you don't know. Question 37. Question 37 is music. And I suppose you could classify this as gossip, but I mean, it's not current. Historic gossip. Serge Gainsbourg and Jane Birkin released their first duet, I Love You, Me Neither, Je t'aime moi non plus. I didn't put a year. In the 1960s, I can't remember exactly when. But who did Gainsbourg originally write it for? Let me find the year of that for you. Only Judge Dredd covered it. 1967. Serge Gainsbourg and Jane Birkin released their first duet, I Love You, Me Neither, or Je t'aime non plus, in 1967. But who did Serge Gainsbourg originally write that song for? That's question 37. Question 37. Who did Serge Gainsbourg originally write I Love You, Me Neither for to sing with him as a duet? Although eventually Jane Birkin did. That's question 37. Question 38 is brands of sellotape, specifically Scotch tape. Scotch tape was founded in which country? Question 38, Scotch tape, the brand, was founded in which country? Question 38. Question 38, Scotch tape was founded in what country? That's question 38. Question 39 is literature. I'm going to give you the first line of a book. You tell me the title of that book. Your first line this week is, someone must have slandered Joseph K. For one morning, without doing anything truly wrong, he was arrested. Someone must have slandered Joseph K. For one morning, without having done anything truly wrong, he was arrested. Joseph spelled Joseph. Which book begins with the line, someone must have slandered Joseph K. For one morning, without having done anything truly wrong, he was arrested? That's question 39, your literature question. Question 39. And question 40, your final question of tonight's quiz, is a current affairs question. Tonight, which planet will come in line with both the Earth and the Sun at 20 past midnight London time? Which planet is tonight coming in line with the Earth and the Sun at 20 past midnight London time? And if it wasn't absolutely belting it down with rain, it would be very bright in the sky. Maybe it is. Maybe it's burning through the clouds. I don't know. I'm not going on there. Tonight, which planet will come in line with the Earth and the Sun at 20 past midnight London time? That is question 40. And that is all of the questions of round 2. I'm going to give you all of them again, and I'm going to go through them quicker after I've had a drink. Question 21. Which film released in 1956 and directed by Cecil B. DeMille is over 3 hours long and stars Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner? Question 22. What is 112 times 543? That's 112 times 543. Question 23. Which country has won the most Olympic gold medals in synchronized swimming? Question 24. Does Kenya have a president, a prime minister, or both? Question 25. Which instruments have a chanter and a drone? Question 26. If you're flying to the airport with IATA code KGL, what country are you flying to? Question 27. Which of the following has not released a cover of Dancing in the Moonlight? Top Loader, Liza Minnelli, The Proclaimers, or Baha Men? Question 28. Lusophones speak what language? Question 29. The Wu-Tang Clan fashion label started by Oliver Power Grant is called what? Question 30. In The Last Supper, how many open windows or doors are there which clearly show the outside world? Question 31. What's the currency of South Korea? Question 32. In what decade was Mao Zedong born? Question 33. Who discovered polonium? Question 34. Which Disney film was released in 1986 and includes the character Olivia Flavisham? Question 35. In what year was the first iPad released? Question 36. Is the word for 100 longer in Turkish or Irish? Question 37. Serge Gainsbourg and Jane Birkin released I Love You Me Neither in 1967, but who did Serge Gainsbourg originally intend that ballad for? Question 38. Scotch tape was founded in what country? Question 39. Which book begins, someone must have slandered Joseph K. for one morning without having done anything truly wrong, he was arrested? And question 40. Which planet comes in line tonight with the Earth and the Sun at 20 past midnight London time? That is all of your questions in round 2. You have got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Pens down, pick up your marking pens. Here are the answers to round 2. Question 21. The 1956 Cecil B. DeMille was The 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston as Moses and Yul Brynner as the Pharaoh. 10 Commandments. Question 22. 112 times 543 gives 60,816. 60816. 60816. Question 23. The country to have won the most gold medals in synchronized swimming across all variations of that in the Olympics, it's Russia. Russia. Very good synchronized swimmers in Russia. Russia. Question 24. Kenya has a president. It has had 2 prime ministers since independence. But the system since the late 2000s has been to just have a president. Question 25. The instruments that have a chanter and a drone, those are both pipes on bagpipes. Bagpipes. The Highland bagpipes are the famous ones, but there are many very varied types of bagpipes from different parts of Europe. Question 26. If you are flying to the airport with the IATA code KGL, well, you are flying to Kigali, the capital of Rwanda. Rwanda. Question 27. The band or artist which had not covered Dancing in the Moonlight was The Proclaimers. The Proclaimers. Question 28. Lusophones speak Portuguese. Portuguese. The area that is now Portugal and a bit of the west of Spain was the Roman province of Lusitania. So it becomes Lusophones. Portuguese. Question 29. The Wu-Tang Clan fashion label is called Wu-Wear. Wu-Wear. W-U and then W-E-A-R. Wu-Wear. Question 30. In The Last Supper, there are 2 open windows and 1 open door. I think it's an open door. It could be a long window, but then that room would have no doors. So it's probably a door. 3. Unless there's a door at the front and like Da Vinci is in the door painting them. That could be a thing as well because it's quite well lit. Maybe the front is just open. It's an open plan Last Supper. 3. Question 31. The currency of South Korea is the won, W-O-N, also the currency of North Korea. The won. Question 32. Mao Zedong was born in the 1890s, 1893 specifically, but I wanted the decade 1890s. Question 33. Polonium discovered by Marie and Pierre Curie. Marie Curie and Pierre Curie, you can give me just one of those, that'll be fine. The first chemical element to be named as a political protest, as it was named to draw attention to the fact that Poland was under enemy occupancy, from where Marie Curie was from, of course. Marie and Pierre Curie. Later on, they'd have Curium named in their honor as well. Question 34. The Disney film released in 1986 is The Great Mouse Detective. The Great Mouse Detective, commonly known as Basil the Great Mouse Detective. I'll give you that one. Question 35. the first iPad was released in 2010. 2010, 10 years old. 10 years of tablets. Well, no, there were tablets before that, but 10 years of Apple tablets. 2010. Question 36. The word for 100 is longer in Irish. Irish. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it. I did look up the pronunciation earlier this week, but I've forgotten it. It's 4 letters in Irish, 3 in Turkish. And in Irish, it's C-E with an acute accent, A-D. And in Turkish, it's Y-U with an umlaut, Z. Question 37. Serge Gainsbourg originally wrote Je t'aime moi non plus for Brigitte Bardot. Brigitte Bardot. Question 38. Scotch Tape was founded in the USA. America. Scotch Tape is American. Question 39. That book is The Trial. The Trial. I only need the name. I don't need the author, although it is, of course, by Kafka. The Trial. And question 40. The planet that will be in line with the Earth and the Sun is Mars. Mars. So get a good umbrella, folks, to fight off that attack. Or just spray them with water. Mars. Let me give you all of those again, but a little faster this time. Bien. Question 21. The 10 Commandments. 22. 60816. 23. Russia. 24. President. 25. Bagpipes. 26. Rwanda. 27. The Proclaimers. 28. Portuguese. 29. Wu-ware. 33. 31. 1. 32. 1890s. 33. Marion Pierre Curie. 34. The Great Mouse Detective. 35. 2010. 36. Irish. 37. Brigitte Bardot. 38. The USA. 39. The Trial. And 40. Mars. Go put your scores in. Let's see how you did. See how you did in round 2. Here they are. So the team that we were keeping an eye on was Snow White and the Devon Dwarfs. They had 16. They had 10 in round 2, bringing them up to 26. Nature's Bakery Fig Bars, however, had 14 in round 1, but 16 in round 2, bringing them up to an absolutely stonking 30 points. Fabulously done. 15-15 for La Traviata also brings them up to 30 points. So it looks like we have 2 teams up ahead. Very well done to both of you. Let's see who is in second position. That is Mango, who also got 15. Very good score in round 2, bringing them up to 28. Oh, but I beg your pardon. They are just pipped to that second points position by Memoirs of a Soggy House Mouse, who have 29 points. 26 points for the Devon team, 22 points for Jam Sandwich, 21 for the Knuckleheads, 18 for Vlad the Inhaler, which I think was previously called something about umbrellas. Right, folks. Very well done to La Traviata and Nature's Bakery Fig Bars, both on 30 points. So let's see if the picture round can separate you. I gave you 10 pictures. 10 pictures, which are all things that start, I'm just bringing up myself, FT picture out, with the letters S-A-M, Sam. So 10 Sams. And I asked you to name them for me. Here they are. Some of them obvious, some not so, I think. But maybe they are. Maybe you're all going to get 10 on this. I think this will be fairly high scoring, though. I have a feeling. I don't think it's as hard as some have been. So here we go. So picture 1, name that Sam. That is from an Encyclopedia Britannica picture of some samurai. Samurai. Picture 1 is samurai. Picture 2, I think this is a tricky one. I rarely have the tricky ones early like this, but I thought, what the hell? Picture 2. So that is from that is a copy of Bulgakov's Master and Margarita that was recently sold at Christie's, with the extra edited pages added in, making it a samizdat copy. Samizdat, an illegally circulated manuscript. Samizdat, picture 2. Picture 3. Picture 3, beloved of TV chefs for some reason. It's the slightly salty, boring vegetable, samphire. Samphire. Picture 3 is samphire. Picture 4, that is a samovar, a tea urn of much of Russia and Central Asia, right down into Iran, samovars. Picture 5, you've got the main group, and then from that group, you've got a sample. Picture 5, sample, which is a Sam word if you're from the north. Sample. Picture 6. Picture 6, there's your man Jesus with the Good Samaritan. That is a Samaritan. Picture 6 is Samaritan. Picture 7, they are dancing the samba. Samba, right there. Picture 7, samba. Picture 8, those are samosas. Samosas. Picture 9, that sauce is Malaysian sambal. Sambal, like samba but with an L on the end. And picture 10, it was going to be Samoa, but I changed my mind. It's Samuel Beckett. Samuel Beckett. Let me give you all of those again. Picture 1, samurai. Picture 2, samizdat. Picture 3, samphire. Picture 4, samovar. Picture 5, sample. Picture 6, Samaritans. Picture 7, samba. Picture 8, samosa. Picture 9, sambal. And picture 10, Samuel Beckett. I'm getting a lot of 7s through 10s in this. Let's see. Yes, I was right. Lots of 7s through 10s in there. So who got 10? Jam Sandwich got 10 in the picture round. Very good. As did Snow White and the Devon Dwarfs. 9 for Nature's Bakery Fig Bars in that. 9-2 for Memoirs of a Soggy House Mouse and for the comedian retraining as an actor. And Wooski's Soup of the Day is about to tell us their score. I can just see they got 8. Very good. 8-2 for Vlad the Inhaler and 8 for Pukipoya. Which does that? How does that change things? So, as you say, a very strong mild picture round of redemption, a very strong picture round of redemption, bringing you up to 36 Snow White and 7 and the Devon Dwarfs, and 35 for Mango Mango Mango. But there are teams ahead of you. 37 points for Wooski is the Scoop of the Day after a really strong round 2 of 17 points. Sorry that I didn't notice that earlier, but you won round 2 there. 38 points to Memoirs of a Soggy House Mouse. But the winners with an unassailable 39 points is absolutely assailable, but it wasn't assailed tonight. It's Nature's Bakery Fig Bars. Woo! Round of applause, everyone, for Nature's Bakery Fig Bars. Very good. I'm going to Google what that is. Sounds delicious. And I am going to give the best team name, the team, remember, that have contributed the most to culture with their team name. It's Pukipoyat. Very well done, Pukipoyat. The Clothes Peg team. I enjoyed looking up a random word and being showed pictures of clothes pegs. That was lovely. Thank you all very much for playing. I will be back here next week on the 20th. And by here, I mean the internet, but not geographically. Next week, I'm back on my boat. So join me on the boat next week on the 20th of October. Until then, have a lovely week. Thank you all very much for playing, and congratulations to all of you. Goodbye.